is because you have to decide what you want. I'm reading an amazing book right now called The Magic of Thinking Big. It's actually an old book by David Schwartz. He has a PhD, and he talks about, you're only going to get what you want, and what you say to yourself over and over again, which you guys have heard us say as leaders, whatever you tell yourself, your subconscious will believe. So if you make excuses for things like, I'm too busy to go on that trip anyways, or I probably shouldn't because of my health, or maybe because of COVID, it's not a good idea, or February is a busy month for me anyways. All of those are excuses. And if you allow those excuses to be in your head, that is what your subconscious is going to work towards. It doesn't matter. We don't need to go for this trip. It's going to continue to play that old record over and over again in your brain. So do yourself a favor, print off this tracker, decide, do you want to earn it as a 12K? Do you want to earn it as a 40K? Do you want to be there? And if the answer is yes, then you're going to print it off, you're going to put it on your vision board, and you're going to start working towards it. So my vision board every single day is right across from me on the wall across from me. I can see this. I'm already checking it off. I still need personally 2 more customers and 1 more promoter order to hit the 40K paid for flight to Punta Cana. And then I have to hit 40K again next month, right? So I have to have 2 months in a row. So I'm also, then there's also the VIP surprise. So why not go for that, right? So you can't go for what you don't claim. Just like that old trick, right? Name it and claim it. Well, you can't go for something if you don't know what you want. So make sure you know what you want, print that out, put it on the vision board, and get ready to start achieving it. These working Zooms that we host every single day, yes, they're always at different times, and that's so we can find what's available for you and what works for you, but they only work if you do the work. So if you're in the car right now, driving and listening to this, that's awesome, great, good for you, but it's not going to do what you need it to do. This is a working Zoom. So the point of this is to work along with us. Okay. I'm going to be doing it a little bit different today than my usual. So I'd love some feedback at the end from you guys. But today we're going to be doing a lot around Facebook groups. So we're going to be talking about the customer group and then 2 other Facebook groups. But before we get started with that today, I want to talk about the Detox. We think it's coming out this week in Vegas. We don't know for sure. So please don't get upset if it doesn't. I saw that, Ashley. Ashley's like, please. We think it's coming out. And as much as I really do hope, like Ashley, it's coming out, I'm also a little nervous because I'm literally going straight from Vegas on another trip with my husband. And I hate it when something really exciting comes out and I don't have the time blocked for it. So I would say to you, if you're not going to Vegas, block the time. Where are you going to work your business on Saturday? Because you're going to want to, I promise. Whatever it is that they're announcing, you're going to want to get it out to your customers, to your promoters, and most importantly, to your newest prospects. Okay. So make sure you have that on your calendar. Second is, it doesn't matter if it doesn't come out or not. You want to start creating a VIP list. Amber Weissman did an amazing post today. I put it inside of United We Thrive. And the reason I loved it is because she had some bullet points on there. She was talking about what was exciting about it. I'm going to actually read it for you guys because I can't share an image in here, or actually I could share screen, but it's not really worth it. Let me just pull it up. Oh my gosh. Now I can't find it, of course. Here it is. Okay. She said, it's almost time. Everyone needs it, but no one wants to do it. Just like our cars need oil changes to flush out the old stuff for a smooth ride, our bodies need the same. Even if you don't thrive with me, this is still for you. Thrivers, sorry to remind you, but we have to give our thrive up for 10 days. But we're taking back our day 1 and get to feel that wow again. So I know it'll be worth it. Cleansing toxins from our body is essential for premium health. And I'm so excited to be able to do it without gross fiber drinks. The Thrive 10-day total detox is coming at the end of October. Simply take 3 capsules in the morning, 3 in the evening, along with a healthy diet plan that is included. I'm so excited they're sending a guide with this one. It's going to be powerful. If the list below describes things that you're dealing with, it's time for a cleanse. DM me to get on my VIP list and let's do it together. Occasional digestive issues, feeling bloated, lack of energy, lack of concentration, impacted sleep, mood swings, trouble managing weight. And then she put up the picture that they've been sharing about the detox. So why is this important? Now listen. I don't know all the details. So I don't even know that we're not going to have fiber drinks. So just be careful what you do post. But what I do know is that what's so great about that post that Amber did is that she got people excited. She's got them interested. She's creating a VIP list. So what I want us to do right now in the chat, and Kelly's going to be sharing with us, Kelly and Amber come from the pharma industry. And one of the amazing things besides their education that they got from that and learning sales techniques from that is a pre-launch. Whenever a new product came out, and I'll let her explain this, they always did a pre-launch. But while Kelly's talking to you guys about pre-launch and how to get people on your VIP list and why it's important, I would like you guys to brainstorm reasons for a detox in the chat right now so that we can all write down these different reasons. Like, why would you even need to do a detox? And if you don't know, it's okay. Don't put anything in there. But some of you have done detoxes before, or you've been part of companies that have done them before, or you know about them, or maybe you did your homework and you've researched a little bit over the last couple of days. Okay. This will help all of us to be able to share. So Kelly, can you share this? I'm going to make you, let me unmute you and make you host in case there was something you wanted to do. And then I'll be sharing after.
I can unmute. Can you hear me? Yeah. Y'all can hear me. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, awesome. All right. So you guys, the pre-launch, and I actually was looking for a document that I had put together for another pre-launch. So I will put this, clean it up and put it together because we used it for a few of the other things. And I will add it in. I'll let, Blair and some of the leadership chat look at it and make sure that it works for everyone. And then I'll upload it into United We Thrive. But the whole entire point of a pre-launch is to get education and to get like your words around it and to build a market of people, even if it's 2 or 3 people, that when it comes out, they are ordering that day. You go to them, they are waiting on it, right? Like I want you to think about how iPhone does the launches of their new phones, right? People know it's coming, the anticipation, they create that FOMO, right? And so people are like, I want the new phone. They don't even know what it is. They just know that it's new and then they know it's good, right? So I love the fact what Amber posted about not everybody wants a detox. Think about the mindset of where people are, but when people do it with a group, it is a great, great thing. And people, sell the outcome of it or what it feels like. So what you want to do this week in preparation for it, few simple things, don't overcomplicate it. Talk about it in your stories. Okay. Talk about, go Google, the need for a detox. Okay. And share some of these things. Like as you're learning, what are the needs for detoxes, and talk about your learning yourself. Talk about it to your audience because your people watching your stories are your warm market. These are the people who are already engaged with you. These are the easiest sell. This is the easiest way to sell to, are these people watching your stories. Make a post. It can be something similar that Blair just shared and posted on United We Thrive, but make a post and talk about a VIP list. All right. You want to create this VIP list. Anybody who says hand raise, I want more info. Not, I'm definitely going to do it, but tell me more about it. When it comes, I want more info. And you got to stay organized about it. Okay. So when you're talking on your stories about it, ask questions. I would suggest saying something like, here's why you need a detox. All right. Here's some reasons they say to detox. How many days is good? People don't know that it is 100% a 10 days. Like they don't need to know that. You can say, have you detoxed before? Did you do 1 day, 3 day, 5 day, 10 day, 30 day? Like gain some interaction, because then you'll know who has detoxed before. All right. And as you're sort of building up the anticipation to this weekend, then ask people, do you want to be on the VIP list? I'm getting ready to do a detox. You don't have to say, this is what the detox looks like. Okay. This is my approach. Some people may want to like tell you, but don't give them all the goods because we don't even know all the goods yet. But say like, do you want to do this with me? Lord knows I need it, right? Like we just came out of summer. We came out of having all this fun. We need a detox, and talk to them, relate with people, create the list. Once you have that group of people, let's just say it launches Friday, Saturday. I right when Blair said that, block off a time. Like, absolutely. I had not done that yet. So I'm so glad she suggested it. Block off, but don't just block off Saturday. Block off the next 14 days. Put at least 30 minutes or an hour and just put VIP detox list, because you cannot just contact them the day it launches and they're ready to roll. You need to continue to follow up with people because not everybody is ready at that time. So create that list, hang on to that list and keep creating it. Just because it launches doesn't mean that your list is over. Okay. And the last tip that I will say is to just make sure that you have actually 2 more tips. Make sure that you're organized. They're really organized about it and that you have a follow-up system, because one of the biggest things that happens when you're pre-launching is you build up this excitement. You have this list and then you reach out to them once and they don't say anything back. And then you're like, I guess they're not interested. Or you just drop the ball. Don't do that. Go on and plan the time now, even 30 days from now. Put on your calendar, detox list, VIP detox list. All right. Make it part of your income producing activities. Then another thing, now this is like a little extra, if you do emails, if you put your customers in a group, you could even create a email, like where you have everybody's emails and you send out an email blast when it comes out. You can do the same thing. If you've ever heard Terry Carey talk about her customer group, where she has all of her customers in a group, you could create a VIP group, just like to be able to communicate, or you can individually communicate. You know what your audience likes, but the main thing is to follow up with them and to create the excitement. And when we launch it, talk about your VIP list. Oh my gosh, the people on the VIP, even if the VIP list is you and the other person lives in your house, or you and this team, like no one knows who is doing this with you. All right. So if you don't have the excitement on your list yet, create the excitement with the people here on this Zoom, the people in United We Thrive. And the whole point of this is to build the anticipation and to launch it. And you want to have people ready to roll. All right. So I hope that that helps. So y'all let me know if you have any questions. Oh, I got to make you a host again, don't I?
Yeah.
Oh, you can talk. Okay, go ahead. I'll make you back a host.
Yeah. Did you throw me host back though, just in case I need to share my screen? Okay. So, you guys, the reason that's so important is you want to learn that skill and then be able to always use it, right? So some of you guys also, you have compiled and created your own email lists, right, of people. This is something I have written down on my calendar for tomorrow before I leave for Vegas, is to send out some kind of email to my whole email list about, why is detox important? Why would anybody want to have a detox of heavy metals, right? Because we get heavy metals into our body and people don't even realize it. So there's a couple different things. There's so many different things actually that you could talk about, right? And like I was just Googling while Kelly was talking just to get some more information. Another great thing is, which organs is it important to detox every year? The liver, the colon, the kidneys, the lungs, and the skin. You're going to get all of that with our detox. So things like that, they're really great ways. So as you're talking to people over the next few days, and as you're reaching out and as you're doing your 3-2-1 with people, and you're connecting with people and engaging with them on social media, through, Messenger, through Instagram, through your Facebook groups, make sure you keep this in the back of your mind so that you can start adding people to that VIP list. All right. So we are at 12:20 and we're going to spend the last 40 minutes of today all about Facebook groups. So the first 5 minutes, what I want you guys to do, and actually we're going to do 8 minutes, not 5 minutes. I want you to go into whatever customer group you're a part of. Okay. For some of you, it's Do You Thrive? For some of you, it's Ready to Thrive. For some of you, actually, I don't think Ready to Thrive did the sugar detox. So if you're part of that group, I'm sorry. I'll try to upload it in their group for them next month, the one that we do. But if you're in Do You Thrive or Thrive in Life, we used a sugar detox over the last few days. Today is our last day of that. I'm going to set the timer right now for 8 minutes. I want you to go into that group and hopefully you have organized yourself, because I've talked about this a million trillion times, right? But hopefully you have a way of knowing who the people are that you invited into that group. All right. And I want you to go and I want you to tag them on whatever today's post is, or, whatever is going on for today inside of your group that has to do with the sugar detox. This is the last day. Or you could even put up, depending on your group, you could even put up something yourself saying like, hey, I have noticed this about the last few days. How about you? And get people engaging and tag your people underneath it. But the whole point of this 8 minutes right now is to engage with the people that are already currently in that customer group about the sugar detox. Okay. Making sure they are engaging in the last day, because tomorrow is when we'll be picking our winner. Okay. And tomorrow in those customer groups, there'll be a post that basically asks them how they did and how they liked it. And then we'll go back and depending on which group you're in, the winner will be picked. And there were different things along the week too. Kelly, I got to go back and do that for our group too and see what other things people are supposed to win. We never picked our winners. If you're already done with tagging people for today, go back and look. Like Saturday was about drinking more water. Who from your people engaged on that? You know, who on day 4 looked at the post about eating more healthy fats? Just go in there and, you know, engage with the people who are already in there, tagging them underneath the posts. Hey, Sarah, we're like halfway in. I just saw you get added. Right now, we are inside of our customer groups, engaging with people on the sugar detox challenge, tagging people and asking questions and engaging on the other posts. We've got about 2 minutes left inside the customer group. All right, that's our timer. So next we're going to talk a little bit. Let me get to my little schedule I made up for us today. Okay. So now I want you to go back into the customer group that you were just in. Okay. Hold on, I got to go backwards. I just got stuck. I want you to go into the customer group and I want you to look for one of the graphics or something in there that you feel like would be beneficial for your stories today. Okay. One of the things about these customer groups and challenges that we create in here, I mean, I get all these graphics made. They're for you guys to use. Okay. Any of them, they are for you. I try really hard to make sure that my Blair Critch brand isn't on them at all. They're just regular graphics so that you guys can take any of them and use them. You could take all of them and make a story out of them today, right? And showcase why it's so great to be part of our health and wellness group. So what I would want you to do right now is take one of those images. If you're new to social media, there's two different ways you can do it. If you're on the computer, you touch the image and then you save the image to your computer. If you're on the phone, you touch the image, hold it and say save image. If you can't figure out how to do that on your phone, you could always screenshot it and then crop it and utilize these right now on your stories. Okay. So we're all going to spend the next 5 minutes putting up one thing on our story. Remember, when you put things up in your story, you want to have some kind of call to action. So some kind of question. So let's share here in the chat, what you're doing right now. Okay. So maybe you decide to grab the one about sleep that's in there. And, or here's one, drink more water. Okay. So I'm going to save that image and I'm going to go use that on my stories. And I'm going to do a poll asking how much water they drink in a day. Now, why would I care how much water somebody drinks in a day? Well, because one of the things that I'm going to put on my question is, how much water do you drink a day? Instead of yes and no, I'm going to change it to have no idea. That's a great person. Whoever clicks, I have no idea. That's a great person for me to reach out to and talk to them a little bit more about the detox and about our products and why it's important to make sure that you know how much water you're putting into your body and the health and wellness benefits of that. Okay, I'm muted because I did on my story a little bit about, I did a quick little video about my water intake, about a healthy group that we have and how we have more information on it. So you guys share what you did inside there, but I just want to give you guys some ideas. Not that I'm like the pro at this. There are many of you on here that are way better, but I think sometimes it's helpful to hear from the non-pros. So basically what I did was, the first one is just a quick me talking about why it's really, oh, my picture didn't go up. Oh, okay. Yes, it did. Okay. Sorry. I'm looking at my stories and it was wrong. Okay. So I got to go back one. So first one was that drinking more water, and I had a little poll. Then I talked about how I keep up with my water, how we have a really great group, how I use a Yeti cup, how I use the thirst product, what the thirst product is. And then at the end, I said, do you want to join for more healthy ideas? And I put a little poll up in case anybody's interested in joining our free health and wellness group. Okay. So we spent a little time doing that today. I did that on purpose. So you guys can see all the valuable items that we have all the time inside of our customer groups that you guys can utilize. There's awesome stuff as well inside of Wi-Fi Wealth. So we're not going to do that today, but I am going to tell you guys really quick. Last week, I think Beth put it up again, the one of Jody and her, but if that one's not up because there was a glitch in it, you could go to a different video in there, take little, just record on your phone, hold it up while you're watching it on your iPad or your computer and record a little parts of it and put it up. That's a great story for the business. It doesn't have to always be these cute unfold stories or whatever. Sometimes it can just be little snippets of things to get people interested and learn more. Okay. Now, we are going to spend the next 20 minutes doing Facebook groups. One of the things that I have been pushing and really strongly suggesting to everybody is for every single quarter, so that means 3 months, right? We're in Q4 right now, October, November, December. You pick 2 Facebook groups that you are going to focus on to grow your business in. The top 2 ways that I've gotten new customers in this last year is birthday messages and Facebook groups. All right. And now you guys have heard me talk about, I'm like looking for people that have had COVID so I can help them with post-inflammation. But most of those people, you know, I have a relationship with because I have talked to them on their birthday or I've met them inside of a Facebook group, right? Those are the people that are really seeing what I'm doing lately. So what I want you to do is I want you to go to the first Facebook group. And if you don't know how to find these Facebook groups, I will talk about it really quick. But for those of you that already have the Facebook group, I want you to set your timer for 10 minutes. Okay. And what about if you haven't done a post in one of those groups in a while, I want you to spend the first couple of minutes engaging in there. Remember your 3, 2, 1. So you're going to find somebody inside of that Facebook group. Okay. Let's say I go to my Mom of Tween Boys group. I'm going to find somebody in there that has put up an interesting post or an interesting comment that I feel like when I go look at their newsfeed, they would be somebody I'd be interested in. I'm going to go back into the Facebook group and I'm going to comment and engage on 3 things that they have engaged on inside of the Facebook group, if they have. Okay, I'm going to ask questions if it's possible. I'm going to comment and engage on their comments and do that if they have at least 3 things in there. If they don't, they only had 1, that's okay. I'm going to at least comment and engage on that. Then I'm going to go over to that person's newsfeed. I'm going to send them a friend request. Then I'm going to like 3 of their posts. I'm going to engage by commenting and asking questions on 2 of their posts. And then the 1 I'm going to use by going to look at their stories. Most of the time, the people that I'm meeting, they don't even have anything in their stories. So I'm using the 1 to represent my message that I'm sending them. I never send a friend request without a message, but I want to look on their newsfeed before I send them a message. So I've engaged with 3 posts I've liked, 2 that I've engaged and commented on. Now I'm going to go to message and I'm going to go, hey, Melissa, I saw your post inside of the Mom of Tween Boys group. Your son looked so great at homecoming. How old is he? And by the way, I love that on your, that I saw you put up a post about how you got his suit at Express. I buy suits for my son at Express too. I saw that post on her newsfeed, not inside the group. So now she knows I've actually seen something of hers. I'm interested in her. And sometimes I'll even say, I feel like I need more mom friends with kids the same age to get advice from. Hope you accept my friend request. Okay. I'm trying to find some commonality. I'm trying to ask some questions. I'm just trying to evoke a honest and normal conversation. Now, this is why it's important that I have things going on in my stories and that I have a post up, which I know we didn't do technically today. Okay. I'm hoping you've already done some of that for the day, but this is how this holds me accountable, honestly, for doing my stories because I don't really enjoy it. But this holds me accountable because I know that a lot of times when I meet people inside these groups and they go look before they decide if they want I accept my friend request or not. And they're going to scroll and look, and they're going to look at my stories. And it's important that we have the things that we want them to know and learn and, find about us. Okay. So we've got 7.5 minutes inside of this group. You should be commenting, engaging, finding one person to friend request, then going over to their newsfeed and doing 3, 2, 1 over there. I do all of that within 10 minutes. If you have not posted inside of that group in a while, this might be a great time to ask a question. Remember, this is a great way for you to learn from your audience what you want to know. So maybe you ask, how often a year do you do a detox? Right? Have you ever done a detox? I'm super nervous. I'm about to embark on a detox next week or in a couple weeks. I've never done one before. How often do you do them? Those are great questions to ask, because then you're going to get a whole bunch of people engaging. Somebody might even say, actually, I've never done one before. I'd love to do one too. You never know. So get in those groups and start engaging. You guys have any questions, feel free to ask. I talked more than I should have. We got about 6 minutes and 40 seconds. All right, that's our timer. So now we're going to set it for another 10 minutes and we're going to go to our second Facebook group that we are engaging in. Okay, so one of the things, and you guys, I'm setting the timer, so go ahead and start. If you've heard my spiel before, I forgot to do this at the beginning of the last one. So I pick 2 groups every quarter. Sometimes they end up being the same, sometimes they don't. And what I do is I pick one group that's something that I'm interested in. So right now I'm really interested in learning more about vegan eating and like good recipes and stuff like that. So one of my groups that I'm in is called Almost Vegan. And then the other group that I'm in is something where I know my ideal client would hang out. Now, my ideal client might also hang out in Almost Vegan, obviously, but I'm looking for one specifically where I know my ideal client would be hanging out, which for me is mom of tween boys and teenage boys, because my ideal client is somebody around the ages of 35 to 55, a mom who's working, who's tired, exhausted, run down, stressed out, feels really guilty about how much time she spends working, but loves having success, but also wants to be fun mom, but is too tired to be that, and just feels like, you know, she's burning the candle on both ends. That's the person I'm looking for. So I know she'd be hanging out in the mom of tween and teenage boys group. So I'm in there also. And so I spend 10 minutes in each one of those groups, Monday through Friday. You might choose to do it Monday through Sunday. Back in the day when I was running 200K, I wasn't utilizing Facebook groups, but I was doing this exact same thing in person by texting, meeting, messaging, and connecting with people. It's basically just spending time finding new people and connecting with them. So even if you are still right now brand new and you are reaching out to the people that you love and care about, because I don't know why anybody wouldn't share Thrive with everybody they love and care about, because it's so freaking amazing and it's changed my life. But maybe you're still in that stage of reaching out to those new people that you love and care about, friends of friends, etc. You still want to make sure you're always growing your list. And that's why it's so important for Facebook groups, for example, because it's a great spot for you to be able to continue to grow your list and meet new people and constantly add new people to your Facebook or your Instagram, whatever social networks that you're a part of. So that's what we're doing right now. We've got about 8 minutes left. If anybody has any questions for me while you're doing this, feel free to unmute and ask, or ask in the chat. And we got about 8 minutes left inside of our second Facebook group. Bye, babe. Have a great day. Love you too.
If tomorrow never comes.
Okay, guys, that is the end. Yes, Beth Bolus, I will post this on the team page. And it was a little different today, so I'd love to hear feedback from you guys. I didn't use my normal like format, did a little different because honestly, at 12 o'clock in the afternoon, I've already done a lot of my social media in the morning, like the birthday messages and the initial reach outs and follow ups with my samplers and people like that. So this is a little bit different, and this is actually usually right before lunch or after lunch is when I do my Facebook groups. So you guys feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions. Hope you guys have a great day. Make it a great day for others. And I'll put this up on the team page. Bye.